we go on, may I recognize the presence of dignitaries who have come out today to support this laudable event. We may not recognize everybody at the beginning, but as we go on, we'll recognize dignitaries as we have their credentials and as they arrive. Our chief host, the convener of this event, the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim, the Honorable Minister of Trade, Industry and Investment, His Excellency Adebayo, the Chief Medical Director of the National Hospital, Dr. Mahmoud Raji, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Famous Semesua, CEOs under the purview of the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, with your permission, Honorable Minister, I quickly recognize our CEOs here present, in no particular order, but with equal respect. May I recognize the presence of the Managing Director, Galaxy Backbone, Professor Mohammed Bello Abubakar. You're welcome, sir. May I also welcome and recognize the presence of the National Commissioner, Nigeria Data Protection Bureau, Dr. Vincent Olatunji. Thank you. May I also recognize the presence of the Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, Malam Kashif Inua Abdullahi, CCIE. You're welcome, sir. I also welcome and respectfully recognize the presence of the Director General, National Identity Management Commission, Engineer Abdulaziz Aliu. You're most welcome, sir. I also recognize and welcome all directors of the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy and directors from other public and private parastatals who have come here to support us today. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I call on the Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, Malam Kashif Inua Abdullahi, to give us the welcome address and a brief on the national blockchain policy for Nigeria. Please may we welcome the DG NIDA. You are most welcome, sir. I recognize.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll jump and do this success before the group messages. Do I need this? My mentor and my boss, the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, the Honorable Minister for Trade, and Investments, His Excellency Adebayo, the DG NIMSI, CMD National Hospital, NC, Nigerian Data Protection Bureau, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, and the MD Galaxy Backbone, our distinguished guest, the representative of my governor, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and my director, Hajia Rekia Mohammed, members of the press, may peace, mercy, and blessing be upon you all, and good afternoon. It is with great pleasure and a high sense of honor that I welcome you all to this momentous occasion. As we gathered here to launch the National Blockchain Policy for Nigeria, inaugurate the Policy Implementation and Steering Committee, and graduate the first set of the beneficiaries of this policy implementation. We are graduating 32,022 youth who have benefited from this policy implementation through blockchain scholarship program facilitated by the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA. Today marks a remarkable milestone in our journey to digital Nigeria, a Nigeria where citizens have access to the latest technology, skills, and a conducive environment to innovate in the realm of the blockchain technology. The policy represents a significant leap into our journey of digital Nigeria. And it presents to us an opportunity to create an enabling environment through investment in talent, access to the technology, and domesticating it in our country. So this will give our citizens opportunity to create and capture value from the benefits of this technology. According to PwC, by 2030, blockchain technology will add $1.76 trillion to the global GDP. So Nigeria, we want to position ourselves so that we will benefit from this. And based on the report, if we implement this policy, Nigeria can gain up to $4 billion. So this committee, the steering committee is expected to come up and craft a well-defined strategy and a robust execution plan. So finally, I want to thank the Honorable Minister for his visionary leadership and relentless pursuit of Nigeria's digital economic growth, and also to acknowledge all committed individuals and organizations who have contributed to development of this policy. We believe together we can position Nigeria to create and capture value from this technology. Thank you and welcome all.
Thank you very much, Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA. Please, may we give another round of applause for DG for that very warm welcome address. May I, with permission from our Chief Host and Honorable Minister of this sector, recognize a few persons who have joined us in the course of this event. May I quickly and respectfully welcome and recognize the presence of the Permanent Secretary, Office of the Head of Service of the Federation, Engineer Farouk Yusuf Yabo. May I also quickly recognize the presence of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Labor, Employment and Productivity, who is ably represented by the Director, Policy Analysis, Research and Statistics of that institution, Mr. Ola Ejembi Stephen. You are most welcome, sir. Let me warmly and respectfully recognize and welcome the Postmaster General of the Federation, Honorable Sunday Adepoju. You are welcome, sir. I also recognize and welcome the representative of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Hajia Rekia S. Mohammed. You are most welcome, Madam. The Chief Medical Director, Federal Teaching Hospital, Gombe, is here with us in person. May I recognize and welcome Dr. Yusuf Abdullahi. You are welcome, sir. At this juncture, may I call on the Head of Training, Dominion Blockchain Solutions, to give us an overview of the Blockchain Scholarship Program. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Callistus Igwilu. Mr. Callistus Igwilu. Mr. Igwilu, are you with us virtually? Okay, while we wait for Mr. Igwilu to rejoin us, may I call on two students who are graduating the Blockchain Scholarship Program to come and share. Mr. Callistus Igwilu, please, can you hear me? Again, while we wait for Mr. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so Mr. Igwilu, you have the floor to give us an overview of the Blockchain Scholarship Program.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to share big appreciation again to the Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy for giving us this opportunity to train Nigerians on blockchain. And also to teach leader.
There is no time for the meeting for 20 Minister of Nigeria. So
party bottlenecks and giving us part of support to train these students. So, the data blockchain scholarship is key is to train and educate basis how to become blockchain developers. And this is in line with the vision of the Nigerian government to accelerate blockchain development in Nigeria. So during this application, we received over 90-something thousand applications, and it's open for everybody. If you are 18 years and above. So the government from all walks of life, students are there, youth workers, traders, farmers, lawyers, from all walks of life. Everybody came together. So the folks have been trained about 32,600 space together.
Hello, Mr. Igwilu, are you still here with us? Okay, while we wait for the technical team to do their thing and reconnect Mr. Igwilu to us, may I call on two graduating students of the Blockchain Scholarship Program to come forward and share their success stories with us. Two students, please. Introduce yourself and then go ahead to share your success story, but I would like to crave your indulgence in time management. If you can keep it to 2 minutes, we would appreciate. Please, may we welcome one of our graduating students from the scholarship program.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Caleb Adekunle, and I am one of the graduates of the NIDA blockchain program. First of all, I would like to thank the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy Also, I would like to thank the minister, the Honorable Minister, Professor Isa Ali Pantami, and the DG NIDA. Also, I would like to thank Dominion, who are one of our facilitators. I would also like to thank the Bitcoin SV group. Ladies and gentlemen, I initially had some knowledge of blockchain technology, but enrolling into this program has helped me to be able to learn more about blockchain technology, how it works, and how it can change our digital space in Nigeria. Also, I was able to learn how to program. I was also able to learn about the Bitcoin theory. I was able to learn about Bitcoin infrastructure. Now I want to talk about my success story. Learning how the blockchain technology works and how the architecture of the blockchain technology works, I was able to build my own product. Ladies and gentlemen, I was able to build the Abuja marketplace. The Abuja marketplace is the fast and secure way of buying and selling goods and services in Abuja, Nigeria. Also, I would like to note that there are issues in Nigeria when it comes to buying and selling of goods and services. So that is the reason why we are limiting these services to Abuja only for now. We also did something about the buying and selling of goods and services in Nigeria. Buying and selling of goods and services in Nigeria, where people are unable to sell products securely and they are being defrauded by people who lie on platforms. On this platform, we are able to devise a method in which buyers, sellers will be able to buy and sell products securely. Also, I learned how to build smart contracts, how to build other blockchain products that I'm going to be introducing later this year. I would like to thank everybody who has been involved in this project. I would like to thank the Bitcoin SV group. I would like to thank Dominion. And I would like to thank everybody who has made it here today. Thank you so much for impacting in my life. And Honorable Minister, the Abuja Marketplace project is your project. The project is going to go a long way in helping entrepreneurs to be able to buy and sell and to be able to do this type of things securely in Nigeria. I would like to thank everybody, and I would like to thank the government for giving me the opportunity to be able to learn blockchain technology and to be able to devise my own application. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hawa Abubakar. The Honorable Minister, Professor Ali Isa Pantami, the DG NIDA, Mr. Kashifu Inwa, and the Dominion Academy, thank you all for giving us this opportunity. I thank you all for being the part of this program. I'm here, my name is Hawa Abubakar. I'm here to share my success story. Through this blockchain program, I have started to be on my journey to being a software developer. I have started building a software on logistics through blockchain, which will be launched, inshallah, later in this year, inshallah. So I want to thank you all for giving us this opportunity. I want to thank the Honorable Minister, DG NITDA, and Dominion Academy for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's applaud success when we see success. May I quickly and respectfully invite a few dignitaries here to take brief 2-minute goodwill messages. First on my list is the representative of the CBN Governor, Haji.
Good afternoon, everyone. I stand on existing protocols. The Honorable Minister, the DG NITDA, and every dignitary. I want to say that the Central Bank of Nigeria is very committed to the digital Nigeria that we're looking to bet. And the e-naira, which the CBN has already launched, is already a demonstration of that commitment, and the central bank especially is interested in that revenue that we have targeted to bring in for the nation. I want to say that out of all the digital currency projects, the central bank digital currency project that is live today in the world, the Central Bank of Nigeria has taken a very courageous and bold step to harness blockchain technology for launching the e-naira. And I want to thank the minister again for the support that we got from the minister during the initial phases of the project. Now the project is live, and this e-naira project has put Nigeria in a spotlight globally. And when it comes to practical implementation and usage of blockchain for something that can be that can really be proven to be sustainable, the Nigeria digital currency has become a reference point for all nations, and a learning point for all nations. I want to just say that the Central Bank of Nigeria is in full support of this journey, and we look forward to full implementation of the national policy and the strategy.
We're having minor technical glitches, which our technical team are trying to resolve. In the meantime, I'll project my voice as loud as I can, and I hope that you can hear. May I respectfully call on one of the CEOs of the parastatal under the body of the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Technology, who will be speaking on behalf of all the CEOs in that sector. Give us his brief goodwill message. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the National Commissioner, Nigeria Data Protection.
The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, our leader in the digital economy sector, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, the Minister of Trade and Investment, His Excellency Otuba Ni Adebayo. Distinguished CEOs here present, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. What we are doing here today is very significant. It's an addition to the giant strides that we have made in the digital economy sector in Nigeria. It's one thing for us to have a policy or a strategy. It's a completely different thing to be able to implement it. What we are doing here today is like laying a foundation for implementing the Nigeria blockchain policy. We keep hearing that with the advent of digital technologies, that jobs will be lost. But this is one part, this is one sector, this is one area that will lead to job and wealth creation. You can imagine graduating about 32 students with only one policy. You cannot imagine what we can achieve with other policies in this sector. And this is what is happening globally, that others will lose their jobs. But in this sector, if you reskill, you retool, definitely you have more than enough jobs for you in this sector. So I'd like to just congratulate the Honorable Minister for being a good leader, for being a visionary, and for all he's done in the digital economy sector in Nigeria and contribution to the growth and development of this country. And DG leader for spearheading this, would like to also congratulate you. To the students, please, it's not just enough to learn. You need to implement, you need to work, you need to earn money, you need to employ people, create jobs and wealth. That is the only way you can really contribute to the economy of this country. The era of graduating and sitting at home waiting for jobs to come is over. Create jobs, make impact, and work Nigeria forward together. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. He has spoken on behalf of all the CEOs in the digital economy sector. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to respectfully call on the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, His Excellency Adebayo Ni, to give us his goodwill message. You're most welcome, sir.
The Honourable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy, Heads of Parastatals, graduating students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here with you today for the graduation of these students who have been trained on blockchain technology. The Honourable Minister of Communications had a tough time trying to explain to us at the Federal Executive Council exactly what blockchain technology is. Even after his lengthy explanation, many of us are still in the dark as to exactly what it is and how it operates. Since then, I have tried to take it upon myself to try to learn what it is. But after listening to the first student who talked about what he's doing with blockchain technology, I'm beginning to have a clear understanding about what it is and the possibilities that it portends for our country, especially with regard to job creation. I believe that those of you who have graduated with a view to setting up your own medium and micro, small and medium enterprises, whereby not only will you use the technology to further your own interests, but also I believe that you will employ others and train others to follow your footsteps. So I congratulate the Honourable Minister. We are around for, I think, another 12 days, I think it is, that we have left. And but you can rest assured that as I see the Honourable Minister, he's not looking tired at all. So I'm sure that he will not be retiring, and there's still hope for all of us. We hope that even if we are not in government, we will be part of the political transition of this country, and we will be following what is going on in this regard. So I congratulate you all, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. You are most certainly right. Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami is not retiring anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to really say my piece before doing the honors of the next item on the agenda, but we do not have time as the Honorable Minister is expected to be in another meeting in a few minutes. So I'll just go straight and call on the Honorable Minister to perform 3 important functions here today. The first function will be the launching of the National Blockchain Policy for Nigeria. The second one will be the inauguration of the members of the National Blockchain Implementation and Steering Committee. And the third function will be to formally graduate the students who have just completed training on blockchain technology. On that note, may I call on the convener of these auspicious events, our leader, our mentor, our boss, the first and only African to be conferred with the fellowship of the Chartered Institute of Information Security, a fellow of the Nigeria Computer Society, a fellow of the British Computer Society, a fellow of the Institute of Information Management, a fellow of the Computer Registrations Council of Nigeria, the only Nigerian and only second African to have sat as chairman of WISIS. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Nigeria's Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami. You are most welcome, sir.
My elder brother and also a colleague, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, His Excellency Yini Adebayo. We have 2 permanent secretaries here with us. Permanent Secretary of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, representing the Minister, and also the Permanent Secretary representing the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation. Also, we have many Chief Executive Officers here present. Managing Director, Galaxy Backbone Limited. Also our host, the DG of NITDA. Also, Chief Medical Director of National Hospital. DG NIMSI, Postmaster General of the Federation. I hope we are not going to be posted out of the lecture theater here. Representatives of other CEOs here present, our colleagues and friends from the private sector, from academia, ladies and gentlemen of the press, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good afternoon to all of you, and may peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. I am highly delighted and also excited to be here with you for 3 important activities. Number 1, unveiling and launching of the National Blockchain Policy for Nigeria. Number 2, inauguration of the National Blockchain Implementation and Steering Committee. Number 3, also the graduation ceremony of 32,022 students who participated in national blockchain training. On the first one, unveiling and launching of the National Blockchain Policy for Nigeria. Our journey for blockchain technology officially commenced on the 28th November 2019 at the International Conference Center, Abuja, when our principal, His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, unveiled and launched our national digital economy policy and strategy for a digital Nigeria. In that policy, there are 8 pillars. Pillar number 7 is digital society and emerging technology. Blockchain technology is part and parcel of the emerging technologies. In order to ensure the implementation of our national digital economy policy and strategy for a digital Nigeria, the federal government of Nigeria, through the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, has developed 22 additional national policies towards the implementation of the national digital economy policy and strategy for a digital Nigeria. And these 22 additional policies, in addition to the main policy, are all being implemented today. Furthermore, pillar number 7, digital society and emerging technologies. In order to implement the pillar number 7, we have developed other policies. We earlier developed a policy on artificial intelligence and robotics. And that is what brought about the establishment of the first ever National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics in Africa, to be sited here in Abuja. After the establishment of our first Center of Artificial Intelligence and Robotics through a policy, as of today, 5 African countries have copied our initiatives and they are implementing. In our continuation in implementing the policy, particularly that pillar number 7, is what brought about the development of the national blockchain policy for Nigeria. Blockchain is part of the 4th Industrial Revolution, and the 4th Industrial Revolution is the only technological revolution that Africa is not far away from the developed countries. The first Industrial Revolution took place largely in the United Kingdom in the 18th century, particularly around 1750, in Manchester and Liverpool, with the invention of steam engine or steam power. The second Industrial Revolution took place in the 19th century, largely in the United Kingdom, Belgium, Germany, France, and to a certain extent, the United States of America, with the invention of electricity, combustion engine, mass production, among others. The third Industrial Revolution took place in the 20th century with the invention of information and communication technology, World Wide Webs, Internet, among others. In the third Industrial Revolution, in addition to the countries of the second Industrial Revolution, new entries in the third Industrial Revolution are Japan and Australia. If you look at the trajectory, you will discover that officially Africa has been left out of the first, second, and third industrial revolutions, officially. However, academically and intellectually, one may wish to argue that there was a significant technological advancement in Africa even prior to the first industrial revolution. But academically and through literature, that has significantly been left out. Fourth industrial revolution is the only industrial revolution that Africa is participating actively, and Nigeria inclusive. The fourth industrial revolution is just like an extension of the third industrial revolution. The third industrial revolution is on ICT, And the fourth industrial revolution brought about emerging technologies and disruptive technologies, and they are part and parcel of an ICT today. With blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, robotics, cloud computing, quantum computing, autonomous vehicle, biotechnology, nanotechnology, 5G, cybersecurity, virtual reality, augmented reality, and others. They are part and parcel of our emerging technology. And the fourth industrial revolution is largely on emerging technologies. And today in Africa, we have a minimum of 3 countries that are participating actively in the fourth industrial revolution. And we have been attending international fora and conferences where our citizens are making us proud. A young Nigerian in 2018 from a team I led on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria to the United Arab Emirates emerged as the global best in artificial intelligence. This year we attended LEAP 2023. There were 6 global prizes. 2 prizes came to Nigeria out of 6. The team I led on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria emerged as 2 global winners out of 6. And all over the world, Nigeria is the only country with 2 winners. And interestingly, out of the 6 global winners, 3 are from Africa, 2 from Nigeria. So by implication, Africa won 50% of the global prizes. This is a clear indication that Africa is actively participating in the fourth industrial revolution. In order to ensure the implementation of this blockchain, the federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of our principal president, Muhammad Buhari, has developed the national blockchain policy for Nigeria. By developing the policy and its approval on the 3rd of May 2023, blockchain technology and all its components and types are no more illegal. They are legal in Nigeria. And I believe that even the Central Bank of Nigeria has put his house in order. That is why the representative of the governor confirmed here they are willing to support the implementation wholeheartedly. That is really encouraging. The federal government of Nigeria has approved blockchain adoption, blockchain innovation, and many more in the country. I want to use the opportunity to congratulate all of us for having the policy approved by government. In addition, prior to its approval, we conducted so many stakeholder engagements in this country where we brought together many regulatory bodies, our colleagues from the private sector, from academia, policy makers, where we had many engagements. At the end of the engagements, in which 56 stakeholders, institutions, and personalities participated. On the 3rd May 2023, the blockchain policy for Nigeria was officially approved. And Nigeria happens to be the first country in Africa out of 54 countries to have a national policy on blockchain. The fourth industrial revolution is all about being proactive. If you are proactive, you will remain very relevant. Interestingly, the world today is all about knowledge economy. It's no more about resource-based economy. It's all about knowledge. If you look at the countries that are leading the world, when it comes to their gross domestic product, you will discover that they excel in knowledge rather than abundant natural resources. According to the International Monetary Fund, In December 2022, the estimation of the global GDP was put around 100.6 trillion USD. America alone contributed 25.3 trillion USD approximately, followed by China 19.9 trillion USD. Then followed by, at the end of last year, the third was Germany with around 4.7 trillion USD. However, recently Japan overtook Germany as the third country with the highest GDP of around 4.9 trillion USD. Germany back to 4.3 trillion USD. End of last year, UK was the fifth with 4.3 trillion USD. Early this year, India overtook UK as the fifth, pushing UK to the sixth with around 3.4 trillion USD. If you look at all, you will discover that the major contributor to their GDP is largely technology, and most importantly, excelling in disruptive technology. It is because of this we strongly believe that in Nigeria we are blessed with youth that are highly talented. Looking at the total number of startups in Africa and the ones emerged from Nigeria or originated from Nigeria is a clear indication that we are blessed with talented youth. There is no doubt about this. The future depends largely on disruptive technologies. PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, predicted that by 2030, blockchain technology could contribute up to 1.76 trillion USD to the global GDP. In Africa, we have a population of approximately 1.4 billion people, the second most populous continent in the world, second to Asia. And we are blessed with youth. Our continent has the youngest population in the world. In Nigeria, our average age today is approximately 18.3 years old. And youth, the only language they understand is technology. They are digital natives. These policies initiated by the federal government of Nigeria is to provide the enabling environment for our younger ones to partake in critical thinking, identify complex problems, come up with their solutions through their creative thinking or creativity or thinking out of the box for implementation or adoption in Nigeria or in any part of the world. It is because of this that this policy is for Nigeria, most importantly for our young innovators. If you look at the committee to be inaugurated by the federal government of Nigeria today, you will discover that the committee comprises regulatory bodies, starting with the National Information Technology Development Agency, the regulator of IT, Nigerian Communications Commission, the regulator of telecommunications, also National Identity Management Commission, the regulator of our digital ID, in addition to Central Bank of Nigeria, in addition to Security and Exchange Commission, they are also regulators of our financial sector, in addition to the representatives of academia to partake in research and development. Also, our private sector is involved, including our young innovators, our startups in blockchain technology are all being represented. Nigeria Data Protection Bureau, the regulator of our data in the country, is also involved. So if you look at it, you'll discover that all the institutions of government that has a role to play are all accommodated in this. As at 2021, according to the Statistica, the value of global blockchain technology was 6.6 billion. But as at today, it's much, much higher than that. The value is around 60 billion USD. By 2030, the prediction should be around 1.76 trillion USD. We want to ensure that we support our young innovators because they are potential job providers rather than potential job seekers. Our young innovators are potential employers rather than potential employees. Government focuses more on supporting job providers, job employers, rather than only supporting job employees. When you support employers, potential employers, there is a huge probability that they will employ others. It is because of this our priority is to support our potential job providers. When they become job providers, then they will take care of potential job employees and seekers. Blockchain experts, our startups in blockchain, our colleagues in the private sector working on blockchain, they are either job providers or employers or potential job providers and potential employers. They are our priority. When they are successful, they will take care of the potential job seekers or the current job seekers, as the case may be. On the training, since the time we conceptualized the idea of developing the national blockchain policy for Nigeria, the federal government of Nigeria, in order to save time, came up with an initiative of encouraging and financing our younger ones to acquire skills on blockchain. The National Information Technology Development Agency was directed by the federal government to immediately partner with the private sector to train our younger ones on blockchain technology. As at yesterday, the federal government has so far trained 32,022 young Nigerians on blockchain technology. 32,022. And each and every participant benefited from government by paying the scholarship for the training through the partnership of government with two private sector institutions. One is Dominion Blockchain and also BVS Academy. Both of them partner with the federal government of Nigeria to train 32,022 young Nigerians on blockchain technology. And based on what government has paid, the minimum number to be trained is 40,000 in phase 1. So we still have around more than 7,000 to be trained in phase 1 before moving to phase 2. So by implication, we are unveiling the policy, launching it on behalf of President Muhammadu Buhari, also inaugurating the National Blockchain Implementation and Steering Committee, and at the same time, witnessing the graduate initiatives we have commenced prior to its development. Once again, thank you very much for honoring our invitation to attend the event. May the Almighty bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So please, may I respectfully ask the members of the service table and the representatives of other CEOs.
Chief Medical Director, who have been teaching hospitals should not be left out of the place of life.
So please, Honorable Minister, CEOs, representatives of permanent secretaries of public institutions.
They are permanent secretaries, not they are representatives here.
And the permanent secretaries here present, representatives of permanent secretaries, please join in the unveiling.
On behalf of our principal, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, based on the provision of the Constitution of Nigeria, Section 147, as amended, I therefore present and unveil the National Blockchain Policy for Nigeria, while praying to the Almighty to make our country
to benefit from the policy and blockchain technology.
Thank you, sir.